Southwest Florida's #1 primetime newscast. Fox 4 News at 10.
This is not just any rain. This is going to be the heaviest rainfall we have ever seen.
Catastrophic flooding in South Carolina. More than 100 water rescues. And the worst isn't over yet, as states brace for more water than they can handle. As floodwaters surge, 5 people in the Carolinas are dead from weather-related incidents. Andy Rose reports on the situation.
We have lost everything.
Record rainfall is hitting South Carolina hard. Some areas have been slammed with up to 24 inches of rain so far this weekend, leading to historic flooding and dangerous conditions.
What I got on my body is what we have. Pretty much everybody down that hill there has lost everything this morning. Our vehicles, our clothes, our everything. We still have our lives. We still have our lives.
News cameras captured dramatic rescues in Columbia Sunday, with emergency personnel using boats to retrieve people stranded by the storm.
Basically, the entire state has been hard hit by these floods. It's a historic flood, the likes of which we haven't seen. And we've got swift water rescue teams that are in place now just trying to get people out of the water.
Local authorities say they've carried out about 140 water rescues in one county alone. Officials are telling everyone to stay home and call for help if conditions get dangerous. President Obama has already declared an emergency in South Carolina, freeing up federal dollars to help with the crisis. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley told reporters the rainfall was monumental.
We haven't seen this level of rain in the low country in 1,000 years. That's how big this is.
The National Guard has been activated as another 8 to 10 inches of rain were predicted to fall over most of the state's coast late Sunday through Monday. Andy Rose, Fox 4 in your corner.
South Carolina isn't the only state affected by weather. As Hurricane Joaquin moves northeast into the Atlantic Ocean, residents along the East Coast can expect high winds and coastal flooding through Monday. Meantime, Hurricane Joaquin is changing course, moving out of the Bahamas and is now veering well out to sea, away from the U.S. But this is the devastation the storm left behind. Bahamian government officials flying above to document and survey the flood and wind damage to residential areas and airstrips. The water is inundating homes and businesses. Thousands are still without power. The Caribbean island of Bermuda bracing itself for a lashing from Hurricane Joaquin. Strong winds and heavy rain experienced across the British territory as Joaquin inches closer to the land. While it has dropped to a Category 2 storm, it's still expected to pack a powerful punch with life-threatening conditions. And, you know, that video that we showed in Carolina, and people were up to their neck in water.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
It is. And even though it's two unrelated, two completely different storms, the effects to not only the Carolinas, but also to Bermuda have been catastrophic for both locations.
Sure have.
We talked about Bermuda being the center of the system moving out towards the west, and you can see it now on water vapor imagery as it continues to now move away from the island. Still tropical storm winds are what they're seeing, but as we look at the big story for the Carolinas, it has been this upper level system that is continuing to batter them with plenty of moisture. And really, that image doesn't tell all of the story. I'm going to zoom on in now to show you some of the rainfall totals that they have seen just in the past 24 hours. Many areas getting close to a foot of rain, especially as you move inland to the Columbia area, the capital, as well as out towards Charleston as well, where they've easily picked up half of a foot, close to 5 inches, anywhere from South Carolina stretching out towards Wilmington, North Carolina. And they are not done with the rains yet. We talked about the blackouts, the significant flooding and wind surge as well. And you can see over the next couple of days, they're going to be still dealing with close to 3 to an additional 6 inches of rain by Tuesday. So once again, if you have family who lives up there or friends, not a bad idea to give them a call, as the conditions will be pretty dire over there over the next couple of days. Otherwise, here locally, we did manage to see a good round of rain as well, moving from the west. And this is associated with that same upper level low pressure system that's helping to fuel that strong westerly push that gave us the rip current issues and also some of the strong tides as well. As we look at the current Doppler radar, yes, we are seeing some leftover showers, a lot of showers offshore though, and these I do anticipate will begin to transition onshore and inland, so won't be surprised if you see a couple of those by morning. Otherwise, we're doing pretty good on those temperatures. Comfy in the low 70s. We'll expect those lows to fall to about a low 70. Clear, cool, and breezy conditions. A few showers in the forecast. I do think we'll see those showers return to the forecast Monday. We'll track those coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Tony. Well, the weather may be nicer, but meantime, the search for a U.S. cargo ship that went missing in the Bahamas during Hurricane Joaquin continues tonight. The El Faro was on its way from Jacksonville, Florida to Puerto Rico Thursday when it lost power and communications at the height of the Category 4 storm. While there hasn't yet been any sightings of the boat, the U.S. Coast Guard says its air crews have spotted life jackets, life rings, containers, and an oil sheen near its last known location. And remember, you can stay up to date on the track of Hurricane Joaquin and its effects on the East Coast on our website at fox4now.com. Rough, windy conditions could be to blame for a missing 9-year-old believed to have drowned Saturday at St. Pete Beach. Officials say the search for the boy has changed from a search and rescue mission to a recovery operation. The sheriff says the boy was here with his aunt and uncle along with siblings. They were simply playing just a couple of feet in about knee-high water when things took a turn for the worst. Reporter Jake Peterson has more.
The fluke wave came up that nobody saw coming and knocked them over. And then because of the current and the rough water, just sweep them out.
Sheriff Bob Galteria telling us that's when little Cameron Bullard started having trouble. The 9-year-old can't swim. A bystander tried to rescue him, but he was too late.
We have a witness who actually saw him go underwater. He's at the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong circumstances, unfortunately.
Deputies say his aunt and uncle are not responsible for this event.
There's absolutely no indication, no signs, no evidence that they were doing anything other than properly supervising these kids.
7 of the 8 kids in the group belong to single mom Crystal Nahr. She's having a tough time believing her son's unfortunate fate.
I don't know if I kind of accept what y'all saying at this point, or the search being stopped, or going to recovery. I guess I have to deal with that as it comes.
Search crews are looking by air, land, and sea for any sign of Cameron's body. The sheriff believes Cameron's body is still in this area. They plan to continue their search through the night.
We're using side scan sonar to sweep the bottom, but we're having difficulty with that because of the rough conditions.
Seeing will be more of a reality for me because, that's my baby.
Okay, well, recovery efforts will continue throughout the day and into the night. 2 people are in critical condition tonight after a single vehicle crash in Port Charlotte. The crash shutting down Midway Boulevard and Darby Drive for several hours Saturday night. Richard McNew and Lee Hendricks were both injured when their vehicle missed a curb and struck a tree. Both were flown to Lee Memorial Hospital. Charges are pending. The Florida Highway Patrol is also investigating a deadly crash that happened Saturday evening in Collier County. Troopers say Jesus Segar Ortega was killed when another vehicle made a left turn in front of him on US 41 at Courthouse Shadows. The other driver has been cited for failure to yield to oncoming traffic when making a left turn. No other injuries were reported. The city of Lehigh, it's been a dream for some residents for quite a while. But could that dream become a reality? Fox 4's Adam Pinsker is here to show us what steps are being taken to do just that. Adam.
Yeah, Warren, this is the 3rd attempt to incorporate Lehigh Acres, and if it does, it would become one of the biggest cities in Florida, about top 5 or 7 in the state. Supporters say the town's population is projected to reach nearly 200,000 people by the year 2020. But the process of incorporating must go through several stages.
We need infrastructure to bring it to the town. As of now, we don't have any voice, we don't have any representation.
10-year Lehigh resident Alan Capucci is setting off on what will be a long road toward incorporation for this community, which at 95 square miles is the largest unincorporated city in Florida. The first step is a feasibility study that will determine if Lehigh Acres will have a city council, manager, or mayor.
We need road services, taxing services, anything that helps the town to grow into a bright future, for our kids' future.
Capucci says incorporation could draw businesses and restaurants to the area and will also raise revenue to expand parks and community centers, which some say are over capacity. However, forming a police force is not in the blueprint so far, and that has Ronald Washington concerned. As he and his brother fire up the grill at the roadside barbecue shack, Washington tells me more officers will help cool down crime in Lehigh.
Of course, Oh, a police force is necessary everywhere. Somebody got to be there to protect the city. The city just run wild. You can't do that.
But incorporating Lehigh is no slam dunk. It takes 10,000 signatures to get the measure on the ballot. Supporters are trying to make it happen by the 2018 election, and they're starting from scratch.
We're moving from the grassroots to phase one, where we can recruit people to help us out.
And the first of what will be several town hall meetings on this issue is set for 6 o'clock tomorrow at the Beautiful Savior Church, 215 Richmond Avenue in Lehigh. Now, I spoke with another resident off camera who tells me while he supports incorporation, he is concerned about taxes going up to pay for city services. In the studio, Adam Pinsker, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thanks, Adam. Well, we have a survival story for you. How the youngest victim in that deadly college shooting in Oregon was able to trick the gunman. Trump, will his lead in the polls last? And why Trump isn't ready to pull the trigger on gun control. Also, raising the rent, a warning for people who don't own their own home.
And take a look at that little bit of green right there. That's the moisture that's going to play a role in our Monday forecast. Tracking the rain for you coming up after the break.
The only station, the only news team. Only one newscast good enough to be considered the best. Emmy winner for Best Newscast in Florida. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10.
Working to get you answers.
Fox 4 triggering a special investigation. It's who we are. It's what we do. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10. Get it now at fox4now.com.
Whoa. Come here. Let me try this cheese I got.
That is really good.
Right?
Yeah. Where'd you get this?
The Publix Deli. Comes from a special creamery on an island outside the UK.
A little sharp, nutty. It's probably got a really classy name, right? Hard to pronounce.
That's crazy.
Do it. Blow my cheese mind.
Are you
Hit
ready?
it. I'm ready.
Cheddar.
We went all the way to the Isle of Man to find the perfect specialty cheddar. It's the cheese upgrade you'll love, and so will everyone else. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Now through Monday only. Stop, look, then shop Rooms to Go and pick from 100 beautiful rooms under $1,000. Don't wait. Furnish your home in your style right now with beautiful living rooms under $1,000, dining rooms under $1,000, bedrooms under $1,000, 100 great rooms under $1,000. And check this out. Finance for $20 or less per month, interest-free. That's now through Monday only at Rooms to Go. Don't miss it.
There's this guy, Dad. He thinks I'm gonna be a star. And tonight...
Oh, my God.
All of Gotham will see that, too. You don't have to do this. No, I'm pretty sure I do. Say hi to Mom for me. Detective Gordon. Nobody here is getting out alive.
Gotham, followed by Minority Report. All new Monday on Fox. Fox 4 breaks the story.
First on Fox, a vicious attack caught on camera.
It's time.
The Cape Coral resident has been sharing this sickening abuse on social media.
Look at the flick of that wrist.
In your corner, pushing for answers.
Any way you can tell me the condition of those 3 dogs.
Turning your outrage into action.
We can only hope that their temperament isn't broken and that they'll never suffer again.
Can anyone talk to me?
The stories you'll be talking about tomorrow. In your corner, Fox 4 News.
Weekdays.
Why are you lying about something so stupid?
The courtroom gets 3 times tougher.
He's the worst dad in the world. You're both embarrassed and humiliated now. I've not heard a defense as ludicrous as the one that we just heard out there.
3 judges.
We don't like either side here.
3 opinions.
Are we ready to vote on this one?
1 verdict. Hot Bench, created by Judge Judy.
Hold on, let me explain. I'm done.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 4.
Well, there's not really much rental regulation around here. It's kind of on the hands of the landlord.
Raising the rent. Fort Myers renters beware, you could be facing a steep increase. Florida has no rent control and has some Southwest Florida renters worried their monthly payments could soon skyrocket. For In Your Corner, Stephanie Tinoco spent the day talking to experts to find out if you're renting, what could mean for you.
Martha Venegas has had the same dream for the past 6 years.
To buy a home.
In the meantime, she's been renting an apartment so she can save money for a down payment on a house. but says every time she saves a little, it gets eaten up.
There's been like a constant increase at a minimum at least 10% on the rent.
Delaying her dream about 6 years, forcing her to renew her lease again. And if you're a renter like Martha, experts tell me you can expect to see a hike on your next lease in the Fort Myers area.
Hopefully people aren't going to be turned away from their current rental situations, but the rents are going to continue to go up.
With Fort Myers rapidly growing, I wanted to know just how much you could expect your rent to rise. So I did some digging to find out what's the most you could be paying. Experts tell me it's really up to the landlord.
Is there any regulation as to how high someone can charge for rent?
There is not.
There is no rental control. Landlords are able to raise the rent as much as they want.
A sign of recovery for homeowners in Southwest Florida.
It's an owner's market right now. Since there is a shortage, people have to pay what the owners ask. Anyone who can purchase a home and rent it out, I recommend they do so because it's in great demand right now.
Leaving renters like Martha to the mercy of the market. Stephanie Tinoco, Fox 4, in your corner.
And Stephanie adds, real estate agents say homeowners know if they raise prices too high, their investment won't be worth much. So renters can find comfort in knowing an increase in their rent won't make too much of a dent in their budget, hopefully. Meantime, homeowners in Lehigh Acres will soon begin paying a brand new fire assessment fee. It would replace the tax residents already pay for fire services with a flat rate of $292 per year. Voters approved this new fee during the November general election, and the local fire department finalized the plans back in May. The fees are expected to raise about $15 million to help keep the department up and running.
Let's play a game. Let's see if we can count the rains as they move in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I already lost. Well, you get the idea. There were multiple rounds moving on through this afternoon, and, well, that was pretty much the story all across Southwest Florida, as just a little bit of moisture we had from that upper level low streamed in and helped to provide an atmosphere. Even though we did still have dry air in place, just that little bit of moisture you saw there helped to fuel, well, this. Not a washout or a deluge by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely some healthy rounds that moved on through not only in the morning hours, not only the afternoon, but also in the evening. We're still looking at some leftovers now towards Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, and unfortunately it looks like you folks could still see another round moving through. There's one moving through Englewood all the way up to Venice, and that'll continue to be the story. Right now in Fort Myers, Lehigh Acres, we are doing okay, but as we look out towards the west, there's a stretch moving through Cape Coral here over the next 5 to 10 minutes, and that'll continue to move on towards the east, and that'll be our pattern into the evening hours as we continue to watch a few more develop offshore that'll likely make their way onshore by the time you get up in the morning. Could make for some wet roads as well as possibly a wet commute by morning as well. So keep tuned to Fox 4 Rising. Jamie will have much more on that forecast in the morning for you. Otherwise, this is probably what most of you are probably more excited about, is those temperatures down in the low 70s and actually feeling pretty good, as well as our dew points are down, the humidity is down. And in fact, some folks could be waking up to the upper 60s. That's going to spell some good news out there, especially if you live in the inland zones. I think mainly east of I-75, you'll have the best chance of getting into the 60s. But by afternoon, I think we'll stay pretty short of our afternoon average closer to about 87 for this time of the year. And many folks will actually only get to the low to mid 80s once again, as we do have this cooler air overhead. But also we will be tracking some of those showers moving on shore. There's the morning commute, maybe some breaks in there through the afternoon, but I think the pattern will be very similar to today. Very quick moving showers from west to east that'll come in rounds, not in very long periods, but in rounds that'll probably, dump some rounds in there throughout many parts of the day as well. And as we look at our Power Forward Zone forecast, we'll break it down for you. Isolated in nature, that'll be the story for the inland zones. Temperatures on the cool side, plenty of sunshine in between the showers as well. But once again, these could be appearing in the morning and in the afternoon, and they'll be off and on in nature, very small, and they'll be coming on shore for some of the beaches as well, disrupting some of those. Otherwise, the boating forecast, the beach forecast is improving. Yes, the winds are coming down. Still going to be pretty strong out there, up to about 15 knots out of the west, 2 to 3, and the water's still going to be a little bit choppy. But I do think the risk for the rip currents is going to continue to be going down as we move it through our Monday. So high tide just after 6:30, low tide close to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll keep the threat for a few showers in there Monday. Finally start to dry things out once again on Tuesday. I think you're going to love the middle of the week forecast. I'm not saying we won't see any rain, but I do think we'll see a lower coverage, about 20 to 30%. We'll up those a little bit by the time we get into the weekend, but I do think your weekend is looking pretty nice. A lot of sunshine. We'll have much more coming up.
All right, thanks, Tony. Well, more than 400 Walmart workers are getting the boot. We'll explain why the big box store says these cuts will help boost the economy. Hackers with a heart. How a group of hackers were able to sneak into at least 10,000 internet-connected devices for a noble purpose. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
The water weather forecast is brought to you by Water City Grill. It's all about the Cape.
Dinner is served. Jack is back with Freddy vs. Jason, Insidious, and AMC's The Walking Dead at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights.
Win a grand prize trip to Universal Orlando. Log on to fox4now.com.
All over Florida this month, the deal of the century, Caroline.
The
We're talking
hugest
about
deal.
The Cadenza, the $36,000 all-new Kia Cadenza, 0 down.
$275. Can't believe it. No money out of pocket. $275 a month. It's got a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. You owe it to yourself to test drive this vehicle, folks. Don't miss this chance. Hurry in.
Now that's what, Caroline?
It's huge.
Wow, this place is spectacular.
Thank you. We worked with a designer from Haverty's for a complete refresh.
You must be happy to get out of that tiny house.
Yeah, you know, when we realized how great the furniture could be, we knew we wanted more space.
How much more space?
We went from 100 square feet
To 3,000. We still have the original structure. She uses it as a yoga studio.
It's more like a tool shed.
Refresh your space during our harvest sale at Haverty's. Plus, enjoy 36-month no-interest financing. Haverty's, discover something new.
Southwest Florida is a mixed bag when it comes to how and where we live.
From the coastline and the beaches to our harbors and inland neighborhoods.
Starting with the inland zones. Mainly dry, but
no matter which corner you live on, 4's in your corner with a personalized forecast for you.
Because extreme temperatures, wind, rain, and rising waters impact us all differently.
Fox 4's 4-zone coverage on air and online.
Giving you peace of mind with the power of 4.
If you're injured in a car accident, who should you call?
Call 1-800-ASK-GARY. Everybody knows that.
That's right. You call 1-800-ASK-GARY. Do you know why? Because for over a decade, 1-800-ASK-GARY has been there to find you help 24/7. Why else? Because the insurance company isn't your friend. Who is?
1-800-ASK-GARY?
That's right. And knowledge is power. Now get out there and win. Ask Gary. Just call 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Non-attorney spokesperson.
At Fox 4 Rising, we know your morning's a rush.
We're giving you what you need to plan your day when every second counts.
You'll know the day's weather from the bus stop to your drive home.
And you'll dodge those traffic delays with weather and traffic on the 4s. We're reporting what happened while you were sleeping.
And the news that's happening right now.
Fox 4 is first on scene with breaking developments.
Breaking news and weather and traffic on the 4.
We're in your corner.
Fox 4 Rising, weekdays from 5 to 8 a.m.
Someone is hacking unprotected Wi-Fi routers everywhere, apparently for a noble purpose. The custom-built software is nicknamed IfWatch, and it is spreading quickly. That's according to researchers at the cybersecurity firm Symantec. To date, it has snuck into at least 10,000 internet-connected devices, usually Wi-Fi routers. IfWatch tries to kill any malware on your router. It also gives your device automatic friendly updates that protect it from computer viruses. In some cases, it forces a device to reboot every week, clearing away any dangerous malware. Symantec researchers say so far they have not seen any malicious activity. However, they say in the legal sense, this is illegal activity. It's accessing computers on a network without the owner's permission. Meanwhile, LinkedIn has to pay up for sending users to too many emails. The social networking site agreeing to shell out $13 million to settle a 2013 lawsuit linked to the site's Add Connections feature. Some LinkedIn members were upset that address book contacts they'd requested to connect with had received multiple reminder emails. The settlement affects those who used this feature between September 17, 2011 and October 31, 2014. You have until December 14th to submit a claim form to be included. Customers can get up to $1,500 each. A warning tonight for T-Mobile customers experiencing a major data breach involving the mobile phone carrier. Hackers making off with personnel information of 15 million people who applied to sign up for the service last month. Anyone who applied for a regular postpaid plan between September 1st and the 16th might be affected. T-Mobile used Experian, one of the 3 major credit bureaus, to conduct credit checks on its customers. T-Mobile is now offering 2 years of free credit monitoring and identity protection. Forget the sandbags and boards. How the threat of tropical storms has builders making the perfect hurricane-proof home. And the youngest victim of that massive college shooting in Oregon sharing how she was able to cheat death. You're watching Fox 4 News at 10.
The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10.
It's a stampede of savings at Coconut Point Ford during Ford Truck Month and SUV season. 0% financing for 72 months available on new Fords in stock. Keep all rebates on new 2015 trucks or get $1,000 bonus cash on new 2015 cars and SUVs. No monthly payments until next June. Coconut Point Ford will beat any price on any new Ford in Florida or will pay you $1,000 cash. Get the point. Get to the point. Coconut Point Ford across from the Coconut Point Mall and online at coconutpointford.com.
You want it. Southwest Florida, we've got it.
Able to put out the fire out. There is a school zone.
The news that's in your corner.
Fox 4 is not giving up on this.
Holding the powerful accountable.
He wouldn't comment on allegations of excessive force.
Giving the viewer a voice.
Your feedback flooding our Facebook page.
Tackling the tough stories and not giving up.
To get you answers.
Fox 4 triggering a special investigation.
It's who we are. It's what we do. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10.
Is Xfinity Internet faster than a NASCAR pit crew? Let's find out.
I bet we can download a whole album faster than they can finish this pit stop.
They move real fast.
Ready, set, go.
They just started changing tires. Look how fast that's going.
It's looking pretty fast.
We're down to 1 song left, and we're done. And they're still going.
Wow.
How long did that download take?
Less than 10 seconds.
I would love that type of speed.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet. Or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Xfinity.com today.
The Designer Marketplace and Fashion Show. Fine wines and fabulous prizes. Join us for the Wine, Women, and Shoes Signature Luncheon, February 12th.
Help local families during their cancer journey.
Call the Cancer Alliance of Naples.
Now through Monday only. Stop, look, then shop Rooms to Go and pick from 100 beautiful rooms under $1,000. Don't wait. Furnish your home in your style right now with beautiful living rooms under $1,000, dining rooms under $1,000, bedrooms under $1,000, 100 great rooms under $1,000. And check this out. Finance for $20 or less per month, interest-free. That's now through Monday only at Rooms to Go. Don't miss it.
Now, Southwest Florida's #1 primetime newscast. Fox 4 News at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for watching Fox 4. Well, we are still tracking some showers that are still making their way onshore. Yes, this has been the pattern all day. Anytime from, let's start this over, anytime from just about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning by the time you're heading on over the church, even till 12 hours later, we're still dealing with the threat of rains, and they're continuing as we zoom on down, especially out towards Charlotte County. I was showing you this earlier. Not a whole lot of movement. This is about 10, 15 minutes ago. Still some decent rain out there towards Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda. Still some heavier downpours out there towards the west, and these will continue to track on in some of these locations that have already gotten some decent rain today. So that'll be the trend, quickly accumulating. Yes, the roads have been wet all day, and I think that'll be the pattern overnight as well. Yes, that shower is tracking early, has made its way over towards Cape Coral, and it'll be crossing the Caloosahatchee out towards Fort Myers in about the next 15 minutes or so. And as we look at the big picture, there's still a lot of showers offshore. Of course, these are not severe or going to pose, widespread threat, but something to keep in mind that we will see the threat of showers into the overnight hours. And so keep in mind, by the time you're heading out for your morning commute, we could still see some of those showers in the area. Not a bad idea to leave a little bit earlier. Give yourself a little bit extra time to drive a little bit safe on the roadways. As we check in with current conditions, we're looking at 73, the current temperature out there in Fort Myers. A little bit warmer out in Naples. That looks to be our warmest spot. 72 out there in Punta Gorda. It's still seeing a little bit of mostly cloudy conditions. For the bus stop forecast and the kids, there will be a little bit of a threat for showers in the mix as temperatures remain in the low 70s. Do think there will be a little bit of some sunshine as well. Tracking those showers returning to the picture on Monday, but we are in for a drying trend. We'll talk about that and also track Hurricane Joaquin coming up in a few minutes.
In Oregon, at Umpqua Community College, authorities work to finish up their investigation after a gunman killed 9 people on Thursday. Classes will not be held tomorrow or all this week, but the campus will be reopened to students and faculty on Monday. Meanwhile, at least 4 people wounded in last week's attack remain hospitalized. Dan Simon has the latest on one of those victims.
She is the youngest victim and survivor of the Umpqua Community College shooting. 16-year-old Cheyenne Fitzgerald made it to college at an earlier age than most. It was her 4th day of school when the shots rang out.
I heard there was a shooting at the college. I grabbed my purse, my keys, and flew out of my job. I texted my daughter, I'm on my way to school, but I never went there. I came here. And that is how I found my daughter.
A bullet had gone through her back.
She is currently in the ICU. She lost a kidney due to her gunshot wound.
Dispatch as many ambulances as possible to this incident. We have upwards of 20 victims.
Cheyenne is having a hard time reliving the terror, but told her family the gunman had singled out one particular classmate, giving him an envelope along with a verbal message.
You're going to be the lucky one, and to go to the corner. And he told everybody else to go to the middle of the room and lay down.
Cheyenne's family says she too was asked about her religion, but didn't answer. She played dead on the floor. Authorities so far have declined to discuss a motive and what the shooter gave to that student, but we now know how the 26-year-old gunman died.
The medical examiner has determined the cause of death of the shooter to be suicide.
That, as reports surfaced, the gunman told those he was shooting, "I'll see you soon," an implication that he was planning for his own death.
I have not questioned my daughter about any of this. I can't bring myself to do it because I know when she's ready, she will talk to me and tell me. And little bits she's starting to, let out.
And to the families of the victims, our hearts are with you, and you know that our hearts will be with you forever.
Meantime, Umpqua Community College will reopen tomorrow morning. The interim president, Rita Cavan, saying she's grateful for the outpouring of support the college has received.
The campus will be open to registered students, faculty, and staff. UCC staff will be able to come to campus on Monday morning at 8 a.m. or a little earlier if that's their normal routine. We'd like them to wear their ID badges. They look like this because there will be security.
And the news just keeps getting worse. The FBI and ATV sending out a warning of a threat of violence against a university near Philadelphia for Monday. In an email, the FBI stated, out of an abundance of caution, the FBI Philadelphia field office notified local colleges and universities of a social media posting which threatened violence at a Philadelphia area college or university for Monday, October 5th. No specific college or university was identified in that posting. Meanwhile, Donald Trump says armed teachers could have stopped the college massacre in Oregon. He also says that changing gun laws cannot prevent such shootings.
The gun laws have nothing to do with this. This isn't guns. This is about really mental illness. You're always going to have difficulties, no matter how tight you run it. Even if you had great education having to do with mental illness, you educate the community, it's still, you're going to have people that slip through the cracks. And these people are more than slipping through the cracks. These people want to slip through the cracks. So you're going to have problems.
Trump also said on MSNBC on Friday he doesn't expect to stop all mass shootings in the nation if he becomes the president. For Your Corner, covering the race you decide. Speaking of Trump, he still leads the Republican pack in the first two states in the presidential nominating contest. But Ben Carson is on Trump's heels in Iowa, and Carly Fiorina is close behind in New Hampshire. New NBC News, Wall Street Journal, Marist polls out today show Trump up in Iowa with 24% support to Carson's 19%. In New Hampshire, Trump remains in first place with 21% support to Fiorina's 16%. Those numbers do reflect some slipping for Trump in the last month. As for the Democratic race, it's largely unchanged in Iowa and New Hampshire. Hillary Clinton has maintained her edge in Iowa and in New Hampshire. Bernie Sanders has kept his advantage. Rand Paul says he's not dropping out of the 2016 Republican presidential race anytime soon. The Kentucky senator saying today on Fox News Media Buzz, despite dour poll numbers, he plans to be in it for the long haul. His paltry $2.5 million third quarter fundraising haul has sparked expectations that Paul might soon drop out. But he insisted this morning that he doesn't need much money to keep up his campaign efforts. Meantime, Jason Chaffetz officially entering the race to replace House Speaker John Boehner. The Utah Republican making the official announcement on Fox News Sunday. Chaffetz chairs the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. He will take on his party's current number 2, Kevin McCarthy. Major job cuts at Walmart. The company announcing it's laying off over 400 of its corporate employees in Arkansas. It's all part of Walmart's restructuring plans. The director of the Business and Economic Research at the University of Arkansas says while the cuts are a big number, the number of jobs that will be created will offset the layoffs.
A loss of 450 is a big number, but when you put it in kind of the perspective of the overall growth that we expect, it'll knock a couple of percentage points off of that.
Company officials say hundreds of employees who lost their jobs will be paid for 2 months with benefits.
Hurricane Joaquin doing tremendous damage, not only to the Bahamas, but now the island of Bermuda as they brace for the storm. Tropical storm winds really the main concern as we look at the details. If you look very closely, you can see that this is weakening some and has weakened significantly since yesterday. Hurricane Hunter planes went out there, found winds up to 100 miles an hour. This was this afternoon, but now as of the 11 o'clock, this is the latest advisory. Sustained winds are now down to 85 miles an hour, so now it's only a Category 1 storm as it makes its way through about Monday, though, excuse me, we'll continue to see this weaken, and the track is for this to stay very far away from the United States and to continue to move off in that northeasterly direction, remaining a Category 1 through about Tuesday, and then diminishing into just an area of low pressure by the middle of the week. Warren?
All right, it's a familiar sight during hurricane season. Residents bracing for the worst by filling up sandbags and boarding up their houses. But now, researchers have developed a new kind of home that could make all that hard work obsolete. All new at 10, Fox News correspondent Douglas Kennedy explains.
We were standing out here 3 years ago. John Salazzo was in his house on Staten Island when Superstorm Sandy blew through with gusts of up to 100 miles an hour. But it wasn't the wind that wrecked your home.
No, the wind did not wreck our home. What it was the surge of water that came into this area.
Sandy, in fact, damaged or destroyed more than 650,000 homes, with most of the destruction coming from storm surge. Exactly what inspired John Nastasi from the Stevens Institute of Technology to create the Sure House. So the Sure House is designed with every type of building technology now available in order to withstand water damage from a storm like Sandy.
That's right. We spent the past 2 years with a team of architecture and engineering students, and we've researched every possible solution to building what we feel is the first post-Sandy storm-proof, fully resilient home.
Inside, the insulation and electrical can withstand a tidal surge of up to 6 feet, while outside the exterior sheathing is made completely water resistant. And if any water does get through, the floor joists will have open trusses that can dry out when wet. But it's the storm shutters on the outside that have Nastasi most proud. So the storm shutters are made from boat technology that can seal the house in any storm.
That's right. We work closely with the boating industry, and we developed these storm shutters that, when closed and locked, this house will be 100% stormproof, just like the hull of a boat.
Sure House also has marine-grade solar panels, which are of particular interest to Salazzo.
We were able to pump ourselves out a little bit. We would have been able to see and make sure that everybody was safe.
Something he says he would not have had to worry about with Sure House. On Staten Island, Douglas Kennedy, Fox News.
All right, I'll take two. Well, can you hear the music? With why thousands of people were dancing in the street and no one could hear a beat. There's a moose on the loose, a tweet that had people all a Twitter, and a matchmaking service for your dog. Well, sort of. How one national website is making life easier for local dog owners. We'll explain.
And we did see those pesky showers moving on through, interrupting some outdoor plans. They'll be around on your Monday. We'll track those coming up.
Powered by Fifth Third Bank. There are many powerful ways to fight cancer. We even came up with a new way. Visit 53.com/howifight for details.
Gluten-free.
There are those who follow trends and those who make their own. The unmistakable Audi Q5. Qualifying customers may receive $750 toward a new Audi Q5.
She is a force of nature and natural truth seeker. She tells it like it is, even when we don't want to hear it. She rules when life gets unruly. And for 20 years of honest advice, she has no equal, no limits, and remains unstoppable. Judge Judy.
Weeknights from 5 to 6 on Fox 4. Wind, rain, wicked Florida weather.
Some more intense weather to
the Fox 4 Storm Patrol redefines weather coverage with pinpoint accuracy right down to your backyard. Fox 4's weather coverage brought to you in part by Roll Secure Shutters.
For 20 years, Roll Secure Shutters has been protecting homes and businesses from unwanted visitors and hurricanes. That's over 18,000 installations. All work done by Roll Secure Shutters staff, no subcontractors. Family owned and operated and always providing free estimates. Learn more about us online or visit our showroom.
There's this guy, Dad. He thinks I'm gonna be a star. And tonight...
Oh, my God.
all of Gotham will see that, too. You don't have to do this. No, I'm pretty sure I do. Say hi to Mom for me. Detective Gordon. Nobody here is getting out alive.
Gotham, followed by Minority Report. All new Monday on Fox.
Catch the vision. Learn about trends, tips, and forecasting in Southwest Florida's real estate market. The public is welcome. Buy your tickets now for this exciting event Tuesday, November 17th. Call 542-2254 or go to catchthevisioncapecoral.com. Fox 4's network of skycams blanketing Southwest Florida with eyes in the sky.
It's like Uber for your dog. There's a website called rover.com. You log on and select a pet sitter near you. It'll come to you, or you can drop your animal off. So whether you're in town but busy with work or leaving on vacation, it's all about convenience and peace of mind. This is Zach. According to his owner, he's a real sweetheart.
He's no alpha dog in any way, shape, or form.
Mark Warner says Zach doesn't do well in a kennel, so he had to find a better option when he goes out of town.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
That's where Christine Maglione comes in. Mark found Christine when he went on to rover.com. To get into the system, Christine had to submit to a background check, go through training, and with Rover.com, she's now insured. For Christine, it's a dream job.
I love the fact that I can stay home with my daughter, and, you know, I love animals. I've always have.
Under her watch, a dog can stay at her house, or for people who are working long hours, she'll go to the owner's home.
And I'll take the dog for a walk. I'll feed them, give them water, play with them for a little while, and send their owners pictures.
I know that when I leave Zach, my head is at ease. I can go and have a good time and not worry at all.
For Christine, being home with her daughter is so important, and she wants to make sure the dogs are comfortable too. So she makes an effort to get to know the animals before she boards them. The maximum number she'll take is 3.
Some dogs aren't very sociable. I'll only keep one dog at a time.
For Zach and his owner, Mark, Rover.com is like a walk in the park.
Tell him he's going on vacation. He knows where he's going. And he doesn't even need an airline ticket.
All right, I can say with confidence that Zach is well loved. Well, Rover.com will match you up with dog sitters near you. You can interview them and decide which one is best for you. Caught on camera, a moose on the loose in Manchester, New Hampshire. The animal was seen running down the street and jumping over cars and into yards on Sunday. Manchester police responded and guided the animal back into the wild. The police chief tweeted, the moose was last seen heading safely into the woods of Goffstown. Good to know.
Lots of sun on your Sunday, but lots of showers too as we take a look at North Fort Myers, our Best Western Zoom Tan Sky Cam. As the showers were embedded, kind of hidden as well. Very brief and moving very quickly. You probably can't catch all of them, but as we look at the evening hours, we did get a good deluge out there, it seems like, as our camera got shaken up with all the showers rolling on through. And this was the pattern. Not a widespread event, but certainly enough energy, even though we talk about having some dry air in our upper levels, we did see enough energy to kick off some decent rounds of those showers moving from west to east. And we're looking and tracking a couple of them now as we approach 11 o'clock. So it's pretty much been an all-day event from the very early start to the day to pretty much the close of your Sunday as well. A couple of some good rounds of downpours. Note there's no lightning associated with these, but these are continuing to move on off towards the east. The Cape Hayes Peninsula getting a good downpour. And as we make our way a little further south out there in Lee County, there's a good shower moving through Fort Myers and pretty much just over the Caloosahatchee. Could include areas like Lehigh and Alva here about 11 or by the midnight hour, and that'll be the trend overnight as well, as we see all of these showers continue to move this way overnight. Could mean for some wet roads by morning. Yes, you'll want to check in with Michelle in the morning. She's in for Jamie, by the way. She'll be tracking those showers live on Rising from 5 a.m. up till about the 8 o'clock hour. So once again, we will see the threat for rains on your Monday. Not going to be a washout, but once again, a good idea to keep the umbrellas on hand, as we will see a good threat of those 30 to 40 to 50% chance at any given time. But the good news is, though, the temperatures will be on the cool side of average. We'll look for highs only in the lower 80s, 82, 83, and this is from temperatures starting in the low 70s. It's going to be a quite comfortable feeling day out there. But yes, the threat of the rains will persist through about the 12 o'clock hour. Note the cloudy skies as well, building through the late part of the day. This model is actually drying us out a little bit compared to the previous one I showed in the last half hour. But as we move on through Tuesday, I think you're going to love this forecast. Note the clear skies here. As we move on through the day, there's the showers. They do not make their way on shore. I think that thus will begin our drying trend here across southwest Florida. Quick look at some of the rainfall totals. It will not tally a whole lot, but yes, we could see multiple rounds quickly moving like what we saw today. But the big idea is most areas will get under a half of an inch through about Monday. And as I fast forward through Tuesday, zippity zip, nothing through about Tuesdays. Most areas stay mostly dry on your Tuesday. So the story goes like this: a few showers in play on your Monday, about 30 to 40% chance. We'll dry things out a little bit by Tuesday, Wednesday. We see high pressure building into the forecast. But of course, as we head into Thursday, Friday, a slight uptick in the rain chances. And then we do dry out some as we head into the weekend. So mostly a very good looking 7-day. I like it. But Warren, I do think you're going to need the umbrellas for your Monday. Did I read your mind?
Yeah, I get you. I understand. We're so lucky. I mean, the weather, the humidity's been really low, but I mean, just take a look again at this video from up in South Carolina. I mean, that's a human chain of people trying to survive the flooding that is going up there. They're calling this the 500-year flood. The governor said that they haven't seen the water levels this high in 1,000 years.
This is a
just
big deal.
Amazing video of people trying to survive that storm. We are so lucky right now. We avoided a disaster.
We did dodge a bullet, and thankfully Joaquin isn't going to add to that disaster as it continues to move offshore.
Okay.
And we'll hopefully see that South Carolina area begin to dry out over the next couple of days.
All right, thanks, Tony. Well, thousands creating a makeshift dance floor at a Paris train station this weekend, but those in attendance had to wear headphones to really get the party started. The train station may have been packed, but observers couldn't hear a thing as the 4,000 Parisians in attendance were at a silent disco. 12 DJs performed for crowds wearing headphones, synced up to 3 different music channels as they danced to their own rhythm. The eerie dance party lasted into Sunday. It was definitely Natch her day. A woman with nachos tries to go for the foul ball at a Dodgers game. Oops. But her food is knocked over by another fan going for the ball. The Dodgers ended up beating the Padres 2-1. Well, someone's spending a pretty penny for a slave bikini at an auction. The famous princess who wore the costume from a galaxy far, far away. Find out which skyrocketed to the top spot at the box office this weekend. You're watching Fox 4 News.
I'm gonna be a star, Dad.
Gotham, followed by Minority Report. All new Monday on Fox.
What do you get when you blend food, fun, local chat, lifestyle tips, and laughs?
Why didn't nobody else do that yet?
You get Southwest Florida's favorite morning talk show.
You missed this. You were really missing out.
Mix it up with Fox 4's Morning Blend. Weekday mornings starting at 8.
So the government crash tested the F-150, the one with the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body. And guess what? It made the strongest statement any truck can make. It pulled a 5-star safety rating on all sides for every cab configuration. This is the Ford F-150, and every other truck is history.
Now get F-150 for only $279 a month for 24 months plus $4,604 cash due at signing. Only at your South Florida Ford stores.
Now through Monday only. Stop, look, then shop Rooms to Go and pick from 100 beautiful rooms under $1,000. Don't wait. Furnish your home in your style right now with beautiful living rooms under $1,000, dining rooms under $1,000, bedrooms under $1,000, 100 great rooms under $1,000. And check this out. Finance for $20 or less per month, interest-free. That's now through Monday only at Rooms to Go. Don't miss it.
Fox 4 breaks the story.
First on Fox, a vicious attack caught on camera.
It's time.
The Cape Coral resident has been sharing this sickening abuse on social media.
Look at the flick of that wrist.
In your corner, pushing for answers.
Any way you can tell me the condition of those 3 dogs.
Turning your outrage into action.
We can only hope that their temperament isn't broken and that they'll never suffer again.
Can anyone talk to me?
The stories you'll be talking about tomorrow. In your corner, Fox 4 News.
Find your style at Badcock and earn up to $500 in a Badcock savings card with your qualifying purchase. Plus, save even more with dining room sets starting at just $348, sofas starting at just $498, 5-piece bedrooms starting at just $598, and up to 40% off mattress sets. With no credit refused, Badcock makes it easy. Hurry in and earn up to $500 in a Badcock savings card.
For you people that don't like me to scream, I'm not going to scream during this commercial. But I'm going to tell you, whether you go to my Cape Coral store, whether you go to my Wesley Chapel store, I'm the #1 Kia dealer in the world. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't pay attention to a $275 lease on a $36,000 brand new cadenza, folks, you don't understand. Even if you don't need a car, you need a car. I'm talking $275 a month with 0 down. I don't need to say that word. Think about that.
Patrick Nolan and Amy Wegman, weeknights on Fox 4 News at 6, 10, and 11.
There are so many good movies out right now. Well, the weekend at the box office, Matt Damon's space thriller, The Martian, is scoring some out-of-this-world box office numbers. The movie is set to claim the top spot in its opening weekend, raking in some $55 billion since Friday. According to USA Today, that's close to breaking the record for the best October movie opening ever. The animated flick Hotel Transylvania 2 is expected to be the second with $33 million in ticket sales. And Emily Blunt, who is a great actress, crime drama Sicario is looking at the number 3 spot, making about $12 million. It's followed by the comedy The Intern with Robert De Niro and Anne Hathaway, while The Maze Runner, The Scorched Trials is expected to drop to 5th place. Well, some lucky movie fan has their hands on a piece of Star Wars history. The iconic bikini worn by Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi sold for a whopping $96,000 at the Profiles of History online auction Friday. The skimpy costume, made of flexible gold-painted urethane and rubber, was famously worn by Carrie Fisher in the film. It included the collar and chain links alien gangsta Jabba the Hutt used to keep the kidnapped princess on a tight leash, as well as a letter of authenticity from the costume designer. Bidding opened on October 1st at $80,000. We'll take a final look at the weather when we return.
Weekdays,
Why are you lying about something so stupid?
the courtroom gets 3 times tougher.
He's the worst dad in the world.
You're both embarrassed and humiliated now.
I've not heard a defense as ludicrous as the one that we just heard out there.
3 judges,
We don't like either side here.
3 opinions,
Are we ready to vote on this one?
1 verdict. Hot Bench, created by Judge Judy.
Hold on, let me explain.
I'm done.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 4.
It began with my big toe. That was my first amputation that I had. Berger's disease, it's a vascular disease brought on by smoking. My fingers started to go piece by piece. First it was my left leg. After my left leg, it was my right leg. And so now I'm a double amputee, all from smoking. My tip to everyone is don't believe that this can't happen to you, because it can.
Tobacco-Free Florida offers free nicotine replacement patches. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
It's a stampede of savings at Coconut Point Ford during Ford Truck Month and SUV season. 0% financing for 72 months available on new Fords in stock. Keep all rebates on new 2015 trucks or get $1,000 bonus cash on new 2015 cars and SUVs. No monthly payments until next June. Coconut Point Ford will beat any price on any new Ford in Florida, or we'll pay you $1,000 cash. Get the point. Get to the point. Coconut Point Ford, across from the Coconut Point Mall, and online at coconutpointford.com.
Southwest Florida is a mixed bag when it comes to how and where we live.
From the coastline and the beaches to our harbors and inland neighborhoods.
Starting with the inland zones. Mainly dry, but
no matter which corner you live on, 4's in your corner with a personalized forecast for you.
Because extreme temperatures, wind, rain, and rising waters impact us all differently.
Fox 4's 4-zone coverage on air and online.
Giving you peace of mind with the power of 4. Extreme temperatures, wind, rain, and rising waters impact us all differently.
Fox 4's 4-zone coverage on air and online.
Giving you peace of mind with the power of 4.
A cool and breezy Sunday night as lows fall to about 70. Some areas will actually dip into the upper 60s. Beautiful taste of fall. A few showers, too.
Who cares if there was any rain? The humidity was so low. Wonderful.
Care, I think.
All right, have a great work week, everybody. Good night.
Hi, I'm Emeril Lagasse. Throughout Florida's high schools, the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association's Educational Foundation is sponsoring ProStart, a program for high school students who want to work in the hospitality industry. Over 22,000 students participate in the program statewide, and I have a few of them here with me.
I want to be a sous chef.
I want to be a pastry chef.
I want to own my own restaurant.
For every 87 visitors who come to Florida,
one of us gets hired.
So come visit our beautiful state.
And share a little sunshine.
At Fox 4 Rising, we know your morning's a rush.
We're giving you what you need to plan your day when every second counts.
You'll know the day's weather from the bus stop to your drive home.
And you'll dodge those traffic delays with weather and traffic on the 4s.
We're reporting what happened while you were sleeping.
And the news that's happening right now.
Fox 4 is first on scene with breaking developments.
Breaking news and weather and traffic on the 4th.
We're in your corner.
Fox 4 Rising, weekdays from 5 to 8 a.m.
We're in your